Are 3,441% altcoin? Let's get into it. So Chris, today we're going to be reviewing one of our really good performers. This is a 3,441% gains that we have seen with this particular altcoin so far. And we still think there's about another 520% to go. At least. I think it could potentially even go much higher than this, Chris. So I do think this is definitely something that people will be wanting to know about and probably will take some of you by surprise. As we get into this video, guys, if you do find it useful and informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of those hidden gems and new cryptocurrencies that we talk about here at Cheeky Crypto, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you will stay well informed, so why not? And also, if you hit that bell, you'll also get all of those juicy notifications and you will never miss a thing. Chris, anything you would like to add before we jump on down to the charts and see exactly what's going on here?
Yeah, I think this one's going to take a lot of people by surprise, but it's another one of those projects that I was invested in early alongside VeChain. And I think it probably has gone under the radar.
I think so. Right, let's jump on down to the charts and see exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, so today, guys, we are taking a cheeky look at the 𝗕𝗃 network, or what's now been rebranded as Polygon. Okay, so this particular project has done incredibly well. It was doing nothing for a very significant amount of time. And Chris, you did get in early, but, it decided to actually start to move, which was fantastic to see. And this one's all about that scalability, layer 2 solution for Ethereum, so you can really move the Ethereum blockchain on. So it's really well positioned specifically for 2021 from a use case point of view, but also doing phenomenally well from a kind of just, price discovery perspective. Right, Chris?
Yeah, and I mean, solid tech, solid team. This one I kind of always felt was going to do really, really well. And we were talking about it early for any of those people that are saying, well, it's all well and good talking about it now. We have been talking about it. We do list all the projects we're invested in. We were talking about this back in October 2020. So, it's one of those. If you got in on this one, fantastic. It was one of the projects that we really didn't talk about too much, mainly because it just didn't get views.
Absolutely. So we have seen 3,441% gains from that low point that we actually got in here, and that high point that was achieved, which actually it was one day here. So that's the 11th of March, right? So we have obviously retraced back down. So that 3,441 has actually dropped back down to 2,231. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride. That's just a healthy correction. That doesn't bother us in the slightest because there's still so much more potential here with the 𝗕𝗃 token. So we can see here, obviously, that ride up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw on a date and price range from our Fibonacci low level through to our Fibonacci high level here. So that Fibonacci low point to the Fibonacci high point. So that is, for reference here, the 30th of January through to the high. That was the 11th of March. That was a 40-day move, a 40-day rally to the upside. And that saw 1,355%. Okay, in gains. Now, those are the kind of moves that we're kind of, anticipating and predicting. And obviously, the earlier you get into these projects, the more lucrative those multiplications are. Obviously, from where we are today, we still have these extension levels, right, within our Fibonacci. And those are the next kind of levels when it comes to the 𝗕𝗃 token here. So things are pretty healthy. They kind of had, we have had a correction. If I grab my pencil here. So after getting to that high point at the top there, the correction came down to the 618, which is, putting the first standard position to fall down to, just in that healthy kind of correction zone. And then we actually came down towards that 50% retracement zone, which is the second area that is the common areas to retrace down to. Now, we haven't come down to that third one, the final one. Which is the 382, which is a good move. So we also have that 50 moving average moving up with the candles. So that's really interesting. That means that we're going to start to potentially get out of this out of this sideways trade real soon. And what I'll do for fun here on the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 chart, I'm just going to throw in here how many days we've actually been trading sideways. So we can see we've been going sideways for 30 days so far. Okay, so we've basically, if I just move that up out of the way there, we went a 40-day rally to the upside, and that was our 1,355% gains. We've then gone a 30 days sideways, right? 30-day sideways trade. And in that, obviously, we've lost, what was that, about 1,200% of our initial gains? Yeah, about that. So nothing too alarming at that point. So pretty standard stuff. So a pretty healthy correction there. And what I'll do is I'll grab our price range and just show us what that looked like in terms of a percentage loss there. So that comes in at about 52%. So nothing to worry us too much about that. That's pretty healthy. And things are being corrected quite nicely, Chris, on the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 network. We've got lower volumes now. So we had really high volumes when we were rallying up during that 40-day period. And the volumes have come down quite nicely here. And, we've gone from an overbought status to a reasonable RSI of 52. So things are corrected quite nicely here for the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 token and the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 project here, the Polygon project. It's looking like it's going to do pretty well. It's going to continue to move up. But if we just pop down into our full rally, just quickly check a few things. We're pretty low on that RSI. The volumes are pretty low. We have all the averages there, so giving us a bit of support. And if we throw that into the hourly as well, we can see that actually things are starting to heat up quite nicely. We're getting a nice steep correction here on the RSI. So we're going to get this nice and low. And if we get that volume spiking up when we're down here within that overbought, oversold status down here, we're going to have a lot of room to grow this price right back up into that overbought status. So things are looking pretty good when it comes to the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 token here, Chris. Things look like the gains are still on the table, are definitely going to be coming soon rather than later, which is nice to see. And the first price target, it comes in at 85.8 cents. So from the current position of 35, that's pretty juicy. I'll grab hold of our price range here. So from the current position, that move to complete that is 140%. Okay, so from that current position up to that first price target, it's 140% move. And that'll be really good to see. Obviously, moving on from there, once we've accomplished that, and this won't be quick by any stretch, but the next price target comes in at about 284% move. And then that is $1.36, followed by our third price target of $1.87, which is a 428% move. And then at the top there, $2.19, that comes in at that 517-ish, 17-ish range in terms of a price prediction. So things are looking pretty good. There's lots of potential still here on the cards, loads of gains still on the table. Things have only really just started to heat up, and it's been fantastic to see such humongous gains with the 𝗕𝗪𝗀 token and the Polygon project so early on, in the same way that we saw it with VeChain. We've seen it with a few others like 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗑, and we've seen it with quite a few like Hedera Hashgraph as well, AGI. And we're going to see many, many more as well. So it's going to be good. I think hopefully, guys, you've enjoyed some of these lucrative rewards as well. Maybe you've been more trading than we have. We tend to hodl. We haven't taken any profits, but maybe you're selling at the top here and buying back down at the bottom. And let us know in the comments how well you've done with the with 𝗕𝗪𝗀. Really good project and a really good use case. But Chris, is there anything else you would like to kind of add before we sign this video off?
The only thing that worth highlighting is with these projects, there's long periods of time where it feels like you're not really making much progress. And I think this is another project alongside VeChain where the team's solid, the tech is solid, and the team's working really, really hard behind the scenes. And sometimes it's I guess it's a prime example that these things take time in this space, and it's one of the reasons why we don't jump between projects. And I think that's something really important to call out. If you do your research properly, and when I say research, it's not just watching YouTube and reading what influencers put on Twitter. It's actually delving into a white paper and looking at the team and looking at the history of an individual within the team to see whether they've got experience in that sector that is going to propel that project forward in the way that you're you want to see as an investor, right? If you do all of those things and the fundamentals don't change over that period of time, then I think these projects really do sort of highlight the fact that people shouldn't jump between projects just because others are starting to take off. That for me is just a key highlight that I wanted to sort of get out to everybody, just to just flag it really.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that, Chris. It's a good message to get across. And guys, hopefully you found this video useful, informative. If you have, then definitely go ahead and hit that like button. We both really do appreciate that. And of course, if you want to stay up to date with all of those hidden gems and new cryptocurrencies that we talk about here at Cheeky Crypto, then do consider subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It is free and you'll stay well informed, so why not? And with that being said, we hope everyone has a fantastic day and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.